The Washington Building Congress is pleased to present the Craftsman Hall of Fame. This honor is in recognition of enduring commitment, exceptional skill, quality craftsmanship, and extraordinary dedication.
My name is Torres-Smith, and I am the owner of ATS Studios. I've been an artist ever since I can remember. Been doing woodworking and painting probably since I was 7 or 8 years old.
My name's Bruce Baldwin. I'm an electrician. I work for Singleton Electric. When I graduated high school, that's when I went into the electrical trade. My dad, my grandfathers, I think even a great-grandfather, all my brothers, a couple uncles, cousins, nephew, son-in-law, everybody's an electrician in my family.
I love to paint by hand, I love to build, I love to do woodworking, I just love to take old things and make something new out of them or give them a new life. I got into decorative coatings and finishes. I remember mixing up my own glazes, making my own colors, going into the paint store and saying, can I go behind the counter and use the machine myself and mix up my own colors? They're like, sure.
Started working on wiring houses for a local residential contractor right in the county I lived in. I worked there for a couple of years, and then eventually I got into Local 26's apprenticeship program in 1978 and started commuting back and forth between St. Leonard and here.
I did the whole high-end residential routine, did 14 show houses I think in 3 years, which was insanity.
When I got in the apprenticeship program, we started going to school, and we used to go to school at night. Some of the jobs I went on, I was working 1 year at National Airport at night, and I was probably the only one in my class who would have to go to school at night, and then after school, I would go work out on the runway at night. And it was winter time. That was kind of a culture shock, being young, not really knowing how to dress that well for the winters around here, and being right on the river at National Airport. I thought I was going to lose my toes.
Some of the most challenging projects have been the Watergate, 2,600 square feet of black Venetian plaster without one seam in it, 9 layers. Almost a nearly impossible task to do. Terrazzo at the Pentagon, working at National Archives, working right next to the Constitution of the United States, Declaration of Independence. I mean, we were right there.
Better than most of my career, I think I've been on with the water treatment plants. For the electrical industry, it's a wide variety of work. It's full spectrum. You get everything from the controls to the big power work, so you never get bored there, versus the office buildings or something like that. Of course, you work in the industrial side, everything's exposed. So again, for us, that's as curb appeal as we're going to get. So all of our equipment's exposed, all of our conduit's exposed, and that's where a lot of guys like to showcase their talents, bending conduit and everything. And I don't care who the electrician is, they all love bending conduit.
We have anywhere between 40 to 50 guys working every single day, and I still love doing the craft. I still love getting dirty, kicking the concrete off my shoes or whatever is going on that day. I mean, it's within me. A
lot of times we're building these jobs backwards. Eventually we're going to get to the heart of our, electrical service, but you're working everything backwards towards it. And if you really want to be an electrician and all, you have to just immerse yourself in it to figure this stuff out. My brothers and I have always said there's 2 kinds of people. There's from the neck up and from the neck down. And that's, if you really want to take interest in what you're doing, you gotta, be one of the guys who's hired from the neck up, and that's what we've tried to do.
I was sitting at Rick Forrester's dining room table because he was one of my residential clients, and he looked at me and he said, Anna, why are you wasting your talent on residential? You should be doing commercial. What a defining moment. And I know he's still here with me and one of my biggest fans. He always has been, up until the day that he passed. And I still feel like he's here. I feel like that's somebody who said, go, do it, don't be afraid. I just want to thank everybody that's been a part of believing in me.
To be honest with you, when I first got out of high school, my ambition was to learn how to paint cars. And You know, I thought I'd be beating dents out of car doors or fenders, stuff like that. And one of my older brothers, he just told me, he says, you know, Bruce, that's going to get old pretty quick. He was 7 years older than me, and he'd already been in the electrical field. And he says, you never learn how to do everything in the electrical field. Everything's changing all the time, and you just always captures your interest. You know, that's one thing I can say now after, you know, 40 years. I've never learned how to do everything. Every job's a challenge, and it's a changing industry, you know, all the time.
Kind of a sad situation, but right as I was graduating from high school, I ended up being a single mom. My father, he was not okay with that, and so he kicked me out, and so I was homeless for a little while. And there was a woman who took me in while I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. But I had 3 jobs for quite a while. Then started doing art for people. I started kind of finding people that were willing to pay me to do murals or hand-painted furniture, and it evolved. It just evolved from that. I mean, I was just hungry. I wanted more for my children than what my mom was able to do for us.
When I think about all the electricians who I've worked for, you know, who brought me up, taught me, you know, all the ones just in my family alone, you know, for me to be like, I'm a regular guy, you know, I'm no superstar. Well, that really makes me feel good. It's a real honor, I think.
It is a huge honor to be the first woman nominated for the Craftsmanship Hall of Fame, paving the way for other women to be able to do the same thing and setting that bar high for those that feel like they can't do this. I just want to say you can.
It is with great pride that we present the Washington Building Congress Craftsman Hall of Fame Class of 2018.